Yo, what's up guys? It's Felix from Giant Lifestyle, and in this video I'm going to be announcing a brand new series that I'm going to be starting called Let's Get This Money Mondays. So basically this series is going to be showing some light on basically the different businesses and the different hustles and streams of income that I've created over the past 4 years that have allowed me to not have to work a job. And I feel like as far as income and business, 2018 will be my biggest year yet. But what I want to talk about in this video is how I was able to raise private money and how I raised $10,000 in fact to start my Shopify e-commerce journey. So panned forward, I did this in June of 2017. It's now January 2018, and I did it to learn how to do e-commerce and use the private money of $10,000 that I raised for training of e-commerce and ad spend. And I am successful in that venture. I do have an e-commerce store. We are doing about $5,000 a month in total revenue. And I actually partnered up with some really awesome people, and our plan for 2018 is super huge. So now I'm basically in the process of paying my private lender back. So my private lender was actually my grandmother, and she has had some successful businesses. She is very old, she's about 90, but I knew she had the financials that she could lend me 10,000 and it wouldn't sweat her. And I could think back to it. I probably didn't need to borrow the money, and I could have learned with my time. But I'm very big into learning with money over time, because time is something you can never get back. So what was my plan to borrow the $10,000? So what I knew I needed to have was two things. I needed to have the relationship, and I needed to have the track record. Because if you don't have the track record, unless the person has millions and millions of dollars to blow, they want to know that they're going to get their money back. And even though I have a great relationship with my grandmother, and she's not hounding me and sweating me huge to pay her back right away, I will pay her back because I have a long-term game plan with her of how I'm going to go back for a second round of funding. So the difference between private money and hard money is private money is basically getting the funding and the money from a better relationship and not like a company. There's a lot of hard money companies out there that do funding for real estate, and private money is basically your dentist or your cousin or your grandparents. That's private money. So here was my strategy to get the money for funding to fund my e-commerce and Shopify store. I built a successful medical wholesale business in 2016, and we did over $100,000 in revenue. And I'll try and show something on the screen to show you guys that I really did it, even though I made a previous video about it, talking about how I made $3,000 to $5,000 and thousands of dollars per week, basically buying and reselling these diabetic test strip boxes. So I built that business. I had employees, I had people answering the phone, and I had it really successful until the reason I really stopped it was because it was a commodities market style business, and basically the market tanked, so I sold off all my client lists. So I showed her that I already had success in business. And then I've been really, really close with my grandma my entire life. So I know with those two factors that I was pretty much in there. So I basically presented it to her. I showed her that I was already successful and that I wanted to start a new business and a new journey. And basically I learned from somebody in e-commerce that had a proven track record as well. And I showed them the success of other people taking this person's course. So I'm not going to reveal who I took the mentorship from, but I'm telling her that this person is successful. I have been successful, and I promise, because our relationship with my grandmother is so strong, that I will get the money back. And I will flash something also on screen of the check to show you guys that I did get the private lending of $10,000. So that's how I did it. And I told her that I would pay her back in full, and I'm going to pay her back in full within the next few months, plus some interest, even though she didn't ask for that. But that's just how I do business, because my long-term game plan is to get on the next round of funding 30 to 50,000 to match the 30 to 50,000 that I will have, plus my credit, and leverage that to start doing more real estate deals. So if you have good relationships and you can get the person their money back, and you already have a proven track record of you're successful in business, then I believe you can ask for whatever you want. I probably could have asked for 15, 20,000, but I thought 10,000 in the beginning was sort of a big jump because I've never gotten private lending before. So I asked her for the 10,000. She gave me the 10,000 based off my track record, my relationship with her, and my game plan with the money. I'm going to pay her back within the next month or so, and then I'm going to go back to her and ask her for more lending to use that additional 30 to 50,000 that I might get from her, plus my credit, plus the money that I already have to start doing more real estate projects, and I will pay her back once again. So that is how I raised $10,000 in private lending. This is the brand new series, Let's Get Money Mondays. This episode is how I raised $10,000 in private lending. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.